Hello there, beautiful souls. Thank you for taking a moment of your day and spending some time with me. I am excited to share this new flow with you. It's been a hot second since I've shared anything with any of you in my virtual space, at least pertaining to Pilates. So excited to bring this uncoiling of the divine serpent is what I'm calling it. I'm not sure who manifested me to be here and to share this with each of you, but over the past couple of weeks meditating, this flow has been coming to mind and I've been practicing it on myself. And I'm just really excited to share it with each of you. Um, One thing I do would like to share that is very, very important for me to share with you is this is a mat Pilates flow, but in addition to it being a Pilates workout, it is also spiritually or energetically infused. Therefore, this means I am putting more of my energy into this product and sharing it with each of you, which in the spiritual and energetic realms, that does require your consent. You can still enjoy this workout while still rejecting the energy if that is something you don't want to participate in. However, you do need to physically do so, as in accept or deny the energetic components of it. So that either can be a nod, as in yes or no. You can inwardly say to yourself, I accept the energy infused in this workout to help uncoil or release the divine serpent, or I reject the energy that is subliminally placed in this workout. It is a great workout, regardless of what you decide to do for all levels. There is some rolling on it. So if you know you have any scoliosis or anything where it's not great to just roll on your back, maybe skip those, or I do have a modification in the beginning. So that way you can join with that. This is also not pregnancy or prenatal friendly. So if you are under 20 weeks or essentially in your first trimester, you're clear. If you are over 20 weeks, please proceed with caution. Make sure you have something to support yourself underneath. We do spend a lot of time lying down on our back and on our sides, and there is a component where we do go on our stomachs, which is not the greatest or the most comfortable for any pregnant individual, which is why I say proceed with caution. However, this is a workout that you can do after your pregnancy once you've been cleared to work out. So, enough of my TED Talk. As always, Luna will inject herself wherever she sees fit. So, if your pets also want to enjoy the workout with the energy, they are more than welcome to do so. You will see her insert herself where she feels she is needed. So, with that said, let's get started. Oh, I also have a playlist that I created with Spotify, which I will put below. And for those of you who energetically accept, I have personally experienced more ascension symptoms. And if I say that and you're like, that doesn't ring a bell, or I'm not sure what that is, I will also put that in the description below. So you have a better idea of what I'm talking about and what you may experience, although this is different for everyone. It depends on what unresolved issues or wounds you still have lingering in the darkness that is required to come up to the surface. So, I've done enough talking. Let's get started. Excuse me, pretty lady. Thank you. Bye. The feet. You can do whichever feel with opening up the spine a little bit. So go ahead, place your hands onto your ankles, let your shoulders Go down your back. Let yourself round forward, feeling a nice stretch, hopefully in your lower back. Arms will bend, head will hang heavy. And then when you're ready, sit up a little. Breathe, round forward. Nice. And then breathe. For those of you who would like to, us aligning, activating, and opening 9 of the 13. It is helpful because we will be doing circles just to open up the spine a little bit at your own pace and whatever feels good for you. So that way you can get the hand. I'm taking the hand that's closest to the mirror, placing it on the ankle towards the back of the room for me, and that opposite hand reaching behind me. Doesn't particularly matter right now, but lift out of the hips a little bit more, ground them into the mat, and look towards the back of the room, bringing yourself into a nice gentle twist, and just stay here for about 3 breaths. Feeling your spine turning into a wet towel that you're wringing out, aiming for this spiraling feeling. And then after your third breath, come back through center. Hand, we're going in the other direction. Hand goes into the onto the other ankle. Other arm or hand will reach behind you. Go ahead, ground the hips, get taller, and twist. Noticing which side feels tighter or maybe more open than the other. Again, just 3 breaths. So then you'll go ahead, come back to. For me, that just looks like a mini mermaid. But I like to place my hands behind my head, lift up as tall as I can, and focus more on the lift as you side bend. Maybe you don't like the hands behind the head. In other words, you can just put your hands onto your legs, let one arm get heavier, head will bend with it, but just focus on the stretch and the slight crunch of your rib cage and side body. And then when you're ready, come up through center and then change to the other side. 3 breaths here because it feels nice. Nice. Now to aligning, opening, and activating our chakras. I personally like to go into more of a crisscross applesauce-esque kind of vibe. Hands can go onto your knees or in front or outside of you. You will want to place it on something for a little bit of support. And hips, they stay completely still, or as still as possible. And start making circles around with your torso, going to the front, side, back, and to the opposite side. And if it feels good, let your head get into the movement just a little bit more. This is not a traditional Pilates exercise. I got this from a Tantra yoga class that I took. I believe it's called Sufi circles, if I remember correctly. But if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. And there also is no reverse direction. You can close your eyes if you would like to. But for those of you that energetically consent, we will now align our chakras. And for those of you who don't, just continue making gentle circles, opening up the spine. So, starting with our Earth Star, please think and call in. The color black is typically located 6 inches below our feet, and we are aligning, activating, and opening. Next, our root chakra. Please call in and think of the color red, and just allow your chakra the space to align, activate, and open, stacking itself right on top of your Earth star. Next, your sacral chakra. Call in the color orange. And same thing, just have it in your mind's eye and align, activate, and open. Next, your solar plexus chakra. Call in the color yellow. Let yourself feel warm like the sun and have that light come out through your skin as you align, activate, and open. Next, call in the color green for your heart chakra and take a moment to align, activate, and open, stacking it on top of the previous chakras and allowing it to spin, all of them that we have aligned, activated, and opened thus far in whatever direction works best for you. You don't need to think or tell, just let them do and allow the space for your chakras to do what they do. Next, your throat chakra. Call in the color blue, royal ocean blue, and align, activate, and open. Now, your third eye, calling in the color either indigo or lavender, whichever corresponds best for you and your practice today. And same thing, align, activate, and open. Next, your crown chakra. Feel royal as you call in the color purple. Let it just be present at the crown of your head, where it is located, like you are placing upon your royal crown. And you will align, activate, and open. And last but not least, your soul star. Call in the color white, and same thing. Let it hover about 6 inches to a foot above your head and allow it to align, activate, and open. Give yourself a moment. Let your circles get smaller. We'll be here for about 5 breaths, just to allow the circles to get smaller and to let the energy just sink into your body, both as you finish your circles and you let the energy of the chakras open up into their respective areas and zones. Go ahead, lie down on your mat, head and feet and up, and just pick a direction, doesn't matter which direction. Legs bent, feet nice and heavy. Legs can be touching or about hip distance apart. Arms up towards the ceiling, wrists in line with your shoulders. Starting with some chest flips. Go ahead, curl the head, neck, and chest up, coming up to about the base of your shoulder blades. Arms in line with your hips, reaching towards the mat in front of you, and then release as you lower right back down. Keep flowing like this, curling up, focusing on that reach, sending your shirt down into the mat, really pressing the ribs into the mat and using the head, neck, and shoulders along with your abs to lift and lower down. Legs are heavy for support. If you would like a little bit more of a challenge, next time you curl up, lift one leg up into tabletop. Keep the hips nice and still. Don't let the top of the hip hike up towards the rib cage. Keep that length. Feel tall and long and alternate legs as you curl up and lower right back down. You should feel your midsection just a little bit more. And when in doubt, focus on the reach, as in the reach of your arms or hands. Like you want to touch the surface in front of you and your leg lifting, knee going up towards the ceiling. So that way you can feel the nice work of the midsection. And if you're up for just a little bit more of a challenge, next time you curl up, let both legs lift up, both legs lower down as you lower the chest down. And keep going just like this. Just going into a nice flow, marrying the movement with your breath. It doesn't matter how you breathe. It just matters that you breathe, and whatever breath pattern you pick, you feel connected with the movement. The deepest connection you possibly can. Let's do 3 more. Reach and lift for 2. Last one, come up and hold. Reach with your arms, try to curl up a little higher, and start pumping your arms for the hundreds. As you breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue to breathe in and continue to breathe out. If you want to make this a little harder, reach the legs out long, V feet the foot for bonus points. As you breathe in and you breathe out. If it's too spicy, bend the knees in, lower the head, neck, and chest down, press your torso into the mat, but keep pumping. Regardless of what you decide, we have 3 more left. As you breathe in and you breathe out. Maybe if you're lucky for like me, you have a little cushion at the back of your leg to help you maintain your lift. Last one, breathe again and breathing out. Go ahead, cease pumping, bend your knees in if they're lifted, lower the head, neck, and chest down. Keep your knees in towards your chest. Maybe give yourself a gentle sway from side to side. And we are rolling up next. Excuse me, little miss. I'm coming up. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Now, hands are behind your thighs. Legs as close as you can together. Pressing in. Shoulders down your back. Lift as high as you can out of the hips. Again, you're rooted into the ground through the mat because your root chakra is there. Elbows out wide. Curl your head towards your knees. Round the spine as much as you can. Breathe. Extending the arms, rolling back. Focusing on the curve of your spine above anything else. Hips nice and heavy, legs pressing together, and then breathe as you roll right back up. 4 more like this, rounding yourself back, and then bringing yourself right back up. This is our rolling prep, also our roll up prep. So if you're unable to roll, always come back to this. But this is allowing the energy to move through our spine right now, especially after we just moved the energy in our solar plexus and root chakra with the hundreds. On this next one, let go of your hands behind your thighs, roll all the way down, straight legs, flex feet, arms up towards the ceiling. Press the legs into each other as much as you can and roll up from here. The focus is the lower body, pressing the legs together and having the legs nice and heavy. As you curl the head, neck, and chest up, and then lift. Whoop. Maybe you do a mini teaser like me as you're doing so. Roll forward. I have a sticky spot in my abs. You might as well. You're not alone. And then slowly roll down, lower back, middle back, upper back, head and shoulders down last. Same thing. Curl, reach, lift, and roll forward. Again, we're still just moving the energy from our root to our crown. We'll move it a little bit more Once we get rolling, ooh, but this is a start for now. We've got two more like this. Go ahead, curl the chin in towards your chest, press the legs together. Try and keep them heavy, which is way easier said than done. If you have any way to keep your feet nice and heavy while you're doing this, go for it. But we've got one more full roll up. Nice. And then roll all the way back down. Arms come down by your side. One leg, you keep that foot flexed and pressing it into the ground. The other one is coming straight up towards the ceiling. Give your foot or your leg a slight turn out from the hip socket. Long foot. Doesn't need to be a hard point, but you don't want a hard flex either. The only hard flex is in the foot on the mat. And for single leg circles, bring the leg across your body, down towards the mat, out, away towards the edge of the mat, away from your body, and then back up through center. Leading with your heel as you go out, down, around, and up. Hips staying nice and still for today, and you're making the largest circle you can, pressing the torso into the mat, reaching your leg out long, and feeling a nice lengthening out of the hip socket. Once you finish this circle, come back up towards the ceiling, reverse to the other side. Going away from the torso, leg goes down towards the mat, across your body, and then lift. So it's an open, down, across, and lift. Cementing everything else into the mat and just noticing how this side feels different from the other side. Once you complete this circle though, leg comes up, it stops, lower it down, switch your feet. Hard flex the other foot, point the other, reach that leg up towards the ceiling and cement everything back into the mat. Give yourself a nice reset. Go ahead, bring your leg across your body, down towards the mat, out to the side of the mat, away from the body, and then up to the start point. Across, down, away, and up. And reach out of the hip socket, cementing everything nice and heavy. Two more circles, leading with that heel, last one. Then come up to that start position, reset everything into the mat, reverse directions. As you open, lower the leg towards the mat, go across your body, come up to the top starting point. Out, down, across, and up. Three more like this. Just noticing the difference both in your circles and in your legs. Focusing on that reach. This is our last one. Once that leg comes back up to the start point, keep it there. Place your hands behind your thighs. Curl the head, neck, and chest up. Reach through the leg. Come up nice and tall. Hard flex the foot. A little bit of tree, because why not? If this works for you like this, holding towards your ankle, awesome. If not, bring it down a little bit more. But you are up onto your sit bones, or that bony part of your hips to start. Shoulders down your back, nice, flat, long back. Fight for those inches and that space into your spine. Go ahead, hold down, and then go ahead, walk yourself back down. Trying to keep the leg nice and still. If you feel good, go ahead, lie all the way back down onto the mat, but then tuck your chin in towards your chest. Walk up, whoop. Walking back and down. Again, you can keep that slight little curl or let your shoulders go back and down, but then tuck your chin in towards your chest. Yourself up, walking yourself up your leg, curling your spine, hugging the legs in towards the midline. Last one. walking down, lengthening out nice and long, coming up, holding, or walking up to that leg, trying to keep the leg nice and still, which is way easier said than done. Then when you're ready, point your foot, hands down a little bit, bend your knees, switch. So, other knee comes in towards your chest, reach the leg out long, walk your hands up towards your ankle. Hard flex the foot, get yourself nice and tall, and round. Elbows out wide, head goes towards your knee, bring your knee in towards your torso. Keep the leg still as you walk down, which for me is way easier said than done. Maybe you roll all the way down, maybe you maintain that chest lift. But then you're curling up, reaching through the leg that's on the ground, keeping that spine rounded. Pull yourself in just a little bit more. Two more like this. Walking down, rolling all the way down, or maintaining that chest lift. It feels good for me to lie all the way down and then walk yourself all the way back up, reaching through the leg, pulling your head in towards your pants into your knee. Last one, roll down. Take a moment there, plug everything in, and then roll yourself right back up. Go ahead, take a moment, pull everything in, lift up nice and tall, and then walk your hand right back down. Get yourself out of the position. Now, roll yourself back and down. Arms are going to come down by your side, both knees come in towards your chest for our series of 5. Just take a moment to just sit here because our abs are about to feel it right now. Go ahead, curl the head, neck, and chest up. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Pick a knee, hand that's furthest away from the leg that you picked will go onto your knee. Other hand is going towards your shin. Other leg is reaching out long. Breathe. Pull everything a little bit more. Breathe and switch. Switch your hands. Let the legs hug your midline and then breathe and switch. Breathe and switch. Breathe and switch. Attempting to have your legs brush against each other as you switch the legs. We've got 3, 3, 2, 2. Last one, 1. Bring everything in. Double leg stretch. So curl up a little bit more. Elbows out wide. Arms and legs go out long in opposite direction. Circle the arms out around as you bring the legs in. Bent knees in towards your chest. Reach. Circle out and around to come in. Try to keep the chest lift the entire time, which is way easier said than done. We've got 3 more. As you reach, circle the arms around. Focus on the reach for 2. That includes the arms as you're circling. Last one, bring yourself in. Lower the head, neck, and chest down just for a hot second. Both legs come up towards the ceiling. Grab on to one leg as close as you can towards your ankle, just like your tree. Other leg, let it lower down. As it lowers down, ground the hips, curl the head, neck, and chest up, elbows out wide. Breathe and switch, breathe and switch. Letting the legs brush up against each other. As you switch, elbows out wide, maintain that chest lift. 4, 3, 2, last one. Let your legs come together. Interlace your hands. Place them behind the base of your skull. Come back up into that chest lift if you lower just like me. Now the legs. Lower them down. Lift to come right back up. Breathe as you lower. Breathe as you lift. These are always the hardest for me. Once we get towards the end, my abs start to say RIP, but we keep going through. Focusing on the reach for 3, 2. Last one. Bend the knees, lower yourself down. Last but not least, crisscross. Try to maintain the chest lift as much as you can. I know mine is starting to get weaker and I want to lower back down to the mat. So we can be strong together and find that last little bit to push through for our crisscross. So go ahead, interlace your hands, place them behind the base of your skull, curl up. Swing the legs, stretch the legs. So one leg stays bent in, the other one turns out. Rotate and switch. Shoulder towards your knee. Breathe and switch. Legs sweeping against each other. Hips stay nice and still as you rotate the upper body, curling up off the mat just a little bit more. We've got 3, 2. Focus on that reach and the curl. Last one. Thank you, my love. Bend the knees in, lower yourself down. Legs go onto the mat. Taking a brief intermission for your support animal to say, awesome job, and give you kisses. Thank you, thank you. She's licking up all my sweat. By the way, I'm hoping each of you are also sweating, or at least you should be. Now, this roll up is probably going to look ugly because we just fried our abs. But we've got this. So arms up towards the ceiling, hard flex the feet, press the legs together. Go ahead, curl the head, neck, and chest up. Reach. Whoop. Yeah, that was ugly. Lower yourself down, give yourself a moment. Thank you for that beautiful treat. You are amazing. Now, spine stretch forward. Let the legs go out wide. But arms go out in front of you. Round the hips. Sit up taller. As a tree. Down to a root. Go ahead. Get taller. Slide the shoulders down your back and then breathe as you first tuck the chin in towards your chest. Then reach through the shoulders. Then lift back towards the mat. As you reach your spine forward. Hard flex the feet and then slowly roll yourself back up. Hips touch, then the ribs, then the shoulders. Head last, sitting up nice and tall. Repeat 4 more times. Tucking the chin in, slowly peeling your spine off. Feel a stretch in your back and in your legs. And then stack yourself up and tall. I tend to inhale, lift, exhale, roll. But again, as you tuck your chin in towards your chest and roll forward, breathe you and gets you more deeply connected to your movements. Yourself up, nice and tall. I feel my shoulders wanting to dance, so focus on bringing the shoulders down the back. We've got 2 more. Heel forward. Arms staying off the floor. And then roll yourself. Sitting up nice and tall. Last one. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. And then go ahead. Nice and tall. So, going into saw next, incorporating that twist. Of the legs. Arm in front of you, thumb goes up towards the ceiling. Arm behind you, thumb goes down towards the mat. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. But keeping the hips planted onto the mat and then roll. Stacking that spine up against an invisible wall. Your chin in, roll forward, feeling that nice wringing of a wet towel sensation in your spine and the nice stretch in the back of your legs. Lower back and back. Keep going like this. We've got to either side. Now, to pinky toe, reach. If you can't, bring the legs closer together, especially if your hips are all the weight shift from each side of your hip. Don't do that. Just bring the legs closer. So that way you can maintain that twist and keep the hips grounded and have the 2.5 more left. This is our half. And then 2 more to either side. Feeling a nice deeper sensation, just like in spine, forward, hips back, with these last 1.5 saws. Nice. And last one, reach forward, come up, dive down, head goes towards your knee, stack yourself up nice and tall. Legs will come together. I went out of order a little bit, but that's okay. Slide yourself forward. Hands will go onto your shins. Fixing my pants while I take a moment. Just allow myself to get together. I say I went out of order, but there's no such thing when the divine plans your classes. This is the divine order that was meant for this one today. So go ahead, hands onto your shins. Let your elbows go out wide, round forward. Look down at your feet or that space in between your legs. Go ahead, roll back. Bring your feet with you. Feel yourself in a tiny ball for rolling like a ball. Keep this rounded shape of your spine. If this doesn't work for you, you're going back to those half roll backs with your hands behind your thighs. And if your hands onto your shins are too much, this is okay too. But the closer you hold towards your ankles, the harder this becomes because the more you're in your tiny ball. But press your hands into your shins, shins into your hands. Power the movement with your breath as you roll back and come up, staying off your head, going onto your shoulders as you roll back and come up. Hips do come off the mat in order to maintain that nice ball shape. Good. We've got 3 more. 2. Pull in a little bit more, elbows out wide. Last one. Come up, hold. Bring the legs together. Reach the arms out in front of you. Bend the legs, a little bit of teaser. If you're up for a full teaser, then reach the legs out long, but no bent legs are totally fine. As you go for 3, 2. Last one, bend the legs in. Hold close to your ankles. If you need a moment, give yourself a moment. But now, we're still rolling. We're not done with the rolling yet. Hands can go onto your shins. Bring the legs out wide for open leg rocker. Same shape as your spine stretch. So you should be up nice and tall, balancing on your butt. And again, you can hold your hands behind your thighs, but ideally, the closer to your ankles, the better. Let the breath power the movement as you tuck the hips towards your face. Round back, go onto your shoulders. Whoops. Press your hands into your shins. Shins or legs into your hands. Sit up nice and tall. Round, pull back. Round to come up. It's the pressure of the hands into the legs that allows you to use momentum to your advantage. We've got 3 more. 2. Whoop. Last one. Come up, hold, and then bring the legs together. Bend the legs in. Yourself down. Now. So, lying down on your stomach, hands palm over palm, elbows out wide. They're a nice pillow for your forehead. Heels or legs, heels together, toes are apart. Really press the legs into the mat as heavy as you can. Rest the head down. Press the hips in towards the mat. Feel like I am sliding a sheet of paper underneath your belly button. And accept the love whenever it comes from your support animal. And keep that lift of your abs. Again, we're sliding a sheet of paper underneath. Focus on the length, the crown of the head and your legs, like I'm pulling you in opposite direction. Breathe, glue your hands to your forehead as you come up and lower right back down. Continue like this, lifting, reaching up, and lowering to come down. If you are pressing your legs down into the mat and reaching together, oops, a little bit of a toe cramp, you should be feeling your butt. There is no disguising your butt work in this one. But the focus is on the lift, the reaching as you lift, not about how high you can go. If you're up for a little bit more, elbows or arms come out to the side, like you're making a W, and rinse and repeat. Legs are out long. You lift up and then lower right back down. Continue flowing as you lift and lower down. Again, reaching out through the crown of the head. That is where the space and the lift is coming from as you open up the back body. Going into a little bit of breaststroke. If you're up for it, hold, reach the arms out in front of you. Press the arms out, like how we circle the arms in double leg stretch. Reach them out behind you. Maybe you come up a little higher. Bend the elbows, lower yourself back down. Lift with bent arms. Reach the arms out in front of you. Circle them out and around. Palms face each other. Really feel the back body turn on. Maybe you lift just a little bit higher from reaching through the arms. And then go ahead, bend the elbows, lower yourself back down. 4 more like this. Lifting up, reaching, swimming out and around, using that reach to lift a little higher. Bend the elbows, lower yourself back down. Lift and reach for 3. Circle around, bend the elbows, lower back down. Keep the legs nice and heavy for 2 as you lift. Reach, circle out and around, bend the elbows, return in. Last one. Lift, reach the arms, circle them out and around, reach up a little higher, bend the elbows, lower yourself back down, and then just bring yourself into a little bit of a child's pose or shell stretch. Open up the lower back. Maybe you wiggle from side to side. Maybe you... Now, everything we've done up until this point, we've just moved the energy through the body. And now we're going to continue moving the energy some more with some side lying work. I'll go into that a little bit more detail afterwards, but go ahead and lie your body up with the back edge of the mat as much as you can. Hand is a pillow for your forehead. Unless that's too much, then you can just use your arm. Front hand or the other hand that's closer towards the ceiling. Place that onto the mat. Use that as your kickstand. Shoulders are on top of each other. Hips are on top of each other. Find length in the side body by bringing your hip down towards your feet. So that way we have this sensation of sliding a piece of paper between your t-shirt and the mat. Go ahead, lift your legs together, bring them forward to the front edge of the mat, and just honor this banana shape. So take a moment, get nice and secure and solid. Lift the side body as much as you can, although it doesn't need to lift off the mat. And with our side kicks, lift that leg up to about hip height. Go ahead, bring the foot and the leg forward. Give it a little pulse. Point your foot, sweep backwards, give it a little pulse. Keep going as you sweep the leg forward, kick, kick, point the foot, kick, kick. Torso is staying completely still. In fact, the range of motion is only as large as you're able to keep the torso still in that lifted side body or t-shirt. This specifically is bringing, thank you, our sacral chakra into the mix, because straight leg movement, right where the root meets the sacral, is what allows that creation energy to flow. So let's do 2 more like this. Kicking forward, feeling a nice stretch in the back of your leg and maybe in your butt. Last one. Then go ahead, bring the leg back, kick, kick. Have your foot in line with your hip and do tiny circles about the size of a golf ball. Keep your leg that's on the floor hard flexed and heavy into the mat. Go ahead and reverse your direction and focus on the reach of the moving leg out of the hip socket to find as much space as possible to give the energy room to expand even further. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Now our bicycle. So go ahead, bend the knee, heel goes towards your butt. Bring your knee towards your t-shirt to about a 90 degree. Kick the leg forward, flex the foot, side kick back. Point the foot, bend the knee, heel goes towards your butt. Bent knee, bring the leg forward towards your torso. Kick the leg forward, flex the foot, sweep back. Let's do 3 more of these as you point, bend the knee, bring the knee in towards your chest. Kick the leg forward to have it be nice and straight. Flex the foot, sweep backwards. Last one. Bend, sweep forward, extend the leg, flex the foot, sweep backwards. Last one. Heel towards your butt, knee towards your chest, straight leg forward, flex foot, sweep backwards, hold. Keep the foot flexed. Sweep forward. Point the foot. Bend the knee in. Heel goes towards your butt. Knee goes back about in line with your hip. Extend the leg out behind you. This is smaller than you think it might be. Flex the foot. Sweep the leg forward. Point the foot. Bend the knee. Heel towards your butt. Bring your knee about in line with your hip. Extend the leg out long towards the back corner of the room. Flex the foot, sweep the foot forward. Keep going like this. Bend, reach back, extend the leg, flex the foot, sweep forward. Go ahead, bend, point, reach the leg back, fully extend, sweep forward. Last one. Bending in, point the foot, reaching back, sweeping forward, but then have your legs land on top of each other and give yourself a nice moment. And we'll switch to the other side. So, same thing. Line your body up with the back edge of the mat. Hand is a pillow for your head. Other hand is your support in front of the torso to help keep everything nice and still. Shoulders and hips nice and lined. And find a little length in the hips so you feel like you're sliding a sheet of paper underneath. Move both legs together in front of the mat. Honor your banana shape. Keep that side body lifted and lift the leg, top leg, up to about hip height. Ground your bottom leg into the mat. Side kicks. Kick forward, point the foot, kick backwards. Focus on the reach of the leg so that way, hopefully, you feel a stretch in the back of your leg and in your butt, giving that extra little kick both forwards and backwards. The flexing and the pointing of the foot just gives the ankle a little bit more love. If you can remember that, awesome. If not, well, the benefits come in the kick. About 2 more. Last one. Then Bring your leg in line with the hip, reach out of it a little bit more, and make your tiny circles, about the size of a golf ball, honoring your lift and your hand heavy into the mat. Go ahead and reverse your direction. Again, we're aiming for 10, but my counting is subjective. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Last but not least, your bicycle. So bend the knee, heel towards your butt, knee in towards your chest, kick the leg out forward, flex the foot, sweep backwards, point, bend the knee, knee in towards your t-shirt, reach the leg out long, flex the foot, sweep backwards, focusing on the length out of the hip socket as you bicycle the leg. Nice. Let's do 2 more. Sweep back, bend, knee towards your chest, kick forward, flex. Last one, sweeping back, point, knee in towards your chest. Sorry, heel towards your butt, knee in towards your chest. Reach the leg out forward, hold. Now, gotta drop my hip because it's hiking up a little bit. Bend the knee, heel goes towards your butt. Reach the leg out long, focus on that length. Flex the foot, sweep the leg forward, rinse and repeat. Point, bend the knee, heel towards your butt. Bring the leg back towards your back body, like you want to poke the wall behind you. Reach the leg out long, flex the foot, sweep forward. Bend, reach behind, flex the foot, kick forward. Go for 2. Kick forward, last one. Bend, reach behind, kick forward, reverse. Flex foot, point, knee or heel goes towards your butt, knee in towards your chest, kick forward. I feel like I did this direction already. We'll do it again. Focus on keeping the hips as still as you can, which might mean you have a tiny bicycle. Let's go for 2. Sweep backwards, last one. Heel towards your butt, knee towards your chest, kick forward, reach back, and then bring the leg out in front of you. Have the legs stacked on top of each other, and then come up to a standing position at the end of the mat to help solidify all the energy and anchor into the body with some planks. Yeah, plank time. So go ahead, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, keep your hips over your heels, then go ahead, round forward, slowly moving through the spine, just like a spine stretch. Bend the knees a little bit if you need to. Hands go onto the mat. Walk yourself forward until you're in a plank, and we're holding for 8 breaths. So push your hands down into the mat, widen your shoulders as much as you can, like you want to send the shoulder blades out towards either wall. Heels reach towards the back of the mat, and crown of the head reaches out in front of you. 2 more breaths. Last one. Then pike the hips up. Walk yourself back. Hips over your heels. Roll yourself up. Come up nice and tall, arms overhead. 2 more. Round forward, moving through bit by bit. Hands come onto the mat. Walk yourself forward and hold your plank for 8 breaths. Feeling stronger, more sturdy, anchored, and stabilized with each breath. You've got 3 more. 2. Last one. Go ahead, pike the hips up. Walk yourself back. Ooh, that felt like a nice stretch in the back of my legs that time. Last one. Go ahead, reach the arms up. Roll head, shoulders, ribs, hips. Stay over the heels. Hands go onto the mat. Walk yourself forward. Hips in line with the shoulder, head, heels for the last plank. We've got 5 more breaths. 4, 3, 2, last one. Pike the hips up, walk yourself back, and then slowly roll back up. Thank you. Hip, ribs, shoulder, head, arms, because we did wonderful. I hope you have Pilates hair, like me, and you are a bit breathy, because you should be breathy, although maybe not overly sweaty. That may come later as the energies stabilize themselves a little bit more. But thank you so much for spending this time with me to open up the bodily chakras, mainly working through the energy in the 7 bodily chakras, and then using our Earth Star and Soul Star to help anchor into that communication, because as above, so below. So the higher you go and the more you communicate with the divine, or feel like you're up in the clouds in this light euphoric energy, the more grounded and stable you need to be in your roots and where you are standing. Very similar with the Earth Star, or the purpose of the Earth Star. I like to think of it as a sequoia tree. You're really implanting those roots deep down to create a solid trunk for the 7 bodily chakras before the branches come out with your Earth's soul star, different star. But to give you an idea of the movements that we did, after aligning, activating, and opening our bodily chakras, we then stimulated the solar plexus, our area of power, grit, determination, ambition, essentially our bodily force is used to help move out forward. And we added in the root chakra with it, with both the single leg lifts and double leg lifts. We hammered down on both of those when we went into the hundreds, starting with bent legs, and then began to stimulate the sacral chakra once the legs went out long. After that, we started to move the energy even more deeply in our survival chakras, and then began to work it up the body. So by the time we got to spine stretch forward, now we were activating more of the information coming up from the soul star and moving down into the body. So your divinity chakras, if you will. So throat, third eye, crown, your divinity or thriving chakras. Solar plexus, sacral, root, your survival chakras. The rolling, both with rolling like a ball and open leg rocker with a little bit of a teaser hold, is what moved or let the energies between the two just settle into and flow from one endpoint to the other, because the divine serpent goes not only from the root up, but the crown down. If you are interested in that some more, I can do another little separate TED Talk on that. But for the purposes of this video, without it getting too long, we merged both the earthly energy with the divine energy. Teaser helped us to ground all of that in place and get more settled into our root chakra. Then the heart is the bridge between the two. So the extension work was designed to open up the heart more deeply with the arm movements and the arm circles that also massage and move that energy, because your arms are also part of your heart chakra. In fact, they are an extension of your heart chakra, and that comes out through your hands as a portal to share that energy. Once all of that was finished, we solidified it, or helped all of that anchor in with doubling down on the sacral chakra because that is our area of creation. So whatever we do from here on out, now that we've activated all this beautiful energy within us, the goal is to create from a space of love, unconditional love, and share that with everyone around us. So again, I hope you enjoyed this flow. It spent a lot of time meditating and thoughts behind this to give you the best workout to help move through this energy. It is a bit beginner to a little bit intermediate, depends on your area. I may come out with an advanced one, but we will see. I'll leave that to my guides. But regardless, thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you for listening to my TED Talks. As always, they are a vital part of me and who I am and sharing my knowledge with each of you. And I hope you go out and spend the rest of your day just in a glorious high vibration, sending you so much unconditional love and light. Take care.